They say history is written by the victors. But what about the cursed, the damned, and the forgotten? Some stories aren't in your textbooks because they don't belong in daylight. These are the tales whispered behind closed doors of rituals, disappearances, and death that didn't come quietly. True stories that feel like horror movies, but they really happened. Tonight, we dive deep into 5 of the creepiest real events that time tried to bury. Turn off the lights and listen closely, because history is haunted. July 1518, Strasbourg. A woman named Frau Trofea walks into the street and begins to dance. No music, no celebration, just her body twisting, jerking. At first, neighbors laugh, then they stare, because she doesn't stop. Hours pass, then days. Her feet bleed, she collapses and gets up again, still dancing. Soon, others join her. 10, then 50, then over 400 people. They dance in agony, crying, screaming, some vomiting, some falling dead. The authorities panic. They bring in musicians, thinking it will help, but the music only makes it worse. People die from exhaustion, heart attacks, or sheer horror. Modern scientists call it mass hysteria, but no one truly knows. Some blame ergot, a fungus that mimics LSD. Others say it was religious, that the plague was divine punishment, or a ritual gone wrong. But one thing is clear. For an entire month, the people of Strasbourg danced in hell. And when it ended, no one ever spoke of it again. In 2001, a man named Kevin Mannis bought an old wine cabinet from an estate sale. The seller, a Holocaust survivor, warned him, never open it. She said it contained a dybbuk, a malicious spirit from Jewish folklore. Mannis ignored the warning. He opened the box. That night, he dreamed of a shadowy hag with burning eyes. Then the lights started flickering, doors slammed, rotten smells filled the room. He gave the box to his mother. She had a stroke that same day. Every new owner suffered. Hair loss, illness, visions. One claimed to see a figure watching him in the mirror. Another found dead insects swarming inside the sealed cabinet. Finally, it was sealed inside a glass container and placed in a paranormal museum. Even there, people fainted near it. Some swear the box is still whispering. Others say it's not the dybbuk inside the box that's cursed, but the curiosity of the living. Whatever the truth, the dybbuk box has a history of suffering, and its story is far from over. In 1587, over 100 settlers landed on Roanoke Island. They built homes, planted crops, raised children. But by 1590, when a ship returned, they were gone. No blood, no bodies, just silence. One word was carved into a post, Croatoan. That's it. Some believe the settlers joined a nearby tribe. Others believe they were wiped out. But stranger still, Croatoan kept reappearing. Edgar Allan Poe muttered it before dying. It was carved into Amelia Earhart's notebook, found on a shipwreck in the 1920s. The word haunts history. No one has ever confirmed where the colonists went. Some say they disappeared into the woods. Others say something pulled them into another realm. A colony erased, a word that won't die. Roanoke was lost, and maybe Croatoan was never meant to be found. The year is 1947. Ships near Indonesia receive a distress signal from the SS Orang Medan. All officers dead, entire crew dead. I die. Then silence. A rescue crew boards the drifting vessel. They find everyone dead. Eyes open, faces twisted in horror, arms outstretched like they were fighting something invisible. Even the ship's dog is dead, frozen mid-growl. No wounds, no explanation. Before they can tow the ship, it bursts into flames, sinks, gone. Some say the ship carried dangerous chemicals. Others whisper it encountered something unnatural at sea. A ghost ship with no name in official logs, a floating tomb. Real or myth? The message was real, the bodies were real. But what happened? No one will ever know. Guanajuato, Mexico, 1800s. The dead refused to decay. Dry heat and soil turned corpses into mummies. The government taxed graves. If families couldn't pay, the dead were removed and stored in catacombs, hundreds of them, their mouths frozen wide, mid-scream. Some had twisted limbs, scratches inside their coffins. People say they were buried alive, that the cries you hear at night are real. One mummy, a child, still has her eyes. Tourists say they move, others say the mummies whisper. A museum was built to display them. Visitors faint. Some claim the mummies curse anyone who mocks them. But the worst part, these weren't monsters, just ordinary people, trapped in death and screaming to be heard. We think of the past as buried, locked away in textbooks and cemeteries. But sometimes history doesn't stay dead. Sometimes it dances in agony, or cries out from a sealed box. Sometimes it vanishes without a trace, or floats frozen in fear on an endless sea. And sometimes it stares at you through a glass case, mouth open, waiting. These are not just stories. These were real people, real places, real horrors. You can forget them, but they won't forget you, because history always watches.